Hello, I'm Dr. Seth Brown, a lecturer in the School of Education and a program leader at the UNESCO UNIVOC Center at RMIT University. For this project, we're interested in your ideas about possible futures for young people around the topic of community. Ernst Young is a multinational professional services firm which, along with Deloitte, KPMG, and PricewaterhouseCoopers, is considered one of the big four accounting firms. Ernst Young produces a regular edition of their Megatrend series that tries to identify, through what it calls future backthinking, a variety of business-oriented future scenarios that capture various primary forces and megatrends shaping these futures. One of the megatrends that Ernst Young identifies in its most recent edition relates to the rise of different forms of nationalism and populism. Think Brexit, think Donald Trump, and many countries in recent years. As we've seen in the first 6 months of the pandemic, the massive fault lines of inequality, injustice, racism, and the global and national social, political, and economic tensions that characterize the world in which COVID-19 emerged have been amplified. And these forces are not likely to be turned down anytime soon. For Ernst Young, many of these forces of populism and nationalism, fueled by decades of growth in inequalities, marginalization, exclusion, and disadvantage, will shape global, national, and local social, economic, and political forces and outcomes over the next 10 years. As they point out, populist and nationalist leaders have been gaining power across the world. To varying degrees, such leaders have interventionist and protectionist instincts, as well as an appetite for bucking long-standing policies and norms. The fact that such leaders are emerging in democracies is shifting long-standing norms across the global system. Young people around the world, in Australia and in Melbourne, have been active across the spectrum of these trends, both in support of nationalism and populism, and in protesting against these trends. In this part of the forum, we want to explore what communities in the inner north will look like in 2025. We want to get your thoughts and ideas about the challenges and opportunities that young people will encounter in the places where they live. We want you to consider the range of strengths and weaknesses in these communities in terms of the futures that we might face.